count as a win.
Well, I mean, and you talk about Tom Ryan, you talk about what this team wants to be come the third weekend in March there in Madison Square Garden. They were counting on points here at the 149-pound weight class with Hunter Stieber. That might not be an option now, and now you're looking to Cody Burcher for those points.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Ryan put all his cards on the table. When he pulled the red shirt of guys like Miles Martin and Kyle Center, he said, we're going for a national title. I mean, that's the standard they're setting. Unfortunately, Hunter Stieber looks like he's going to be out for a while. I'm not sure if he's going to be back, this season or not. If he's not, they're expecting Cody Burcher to really toe the line and get some points there in New York.
And this is a matchup that's going to kind of show him where he stands in some of these national rankings here. As we said, Patricio Lugo, 25-6, number 19 ranked wrestler in the country right now, and looks to be pretty solid so far.
Yeah, I mean, very physical wrestler, well built. They're tried for a double attempt. One of the things you recognize from anybody from Claymont, so anybody that's watched Claymont high school wrestlers, they're good defensively. They're very, very persistent. They're tough on top. So that's where Burcher's going to want to get. He's going to want to get on top, hopefully look for one of those Claymont cradles. Here, double underhook position for Lugo, and you know what? This is where he needs to change a little bit of direction, get an advantage. Tough for him. They're in a head-to-head spot here. Tough for anybody to get a real advantage in angle and look to score.
Well, you talk about two young guys going at it here. Cody Burcher is the redshirt freshman here, true freshman, and Patricio Lugo out of Homestead, Florida. We talked about the Claymont background for Cody Burcher. This is the guy who was a state champ down in Florida, and talking about Lugo, and a very exciting wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, you could see he's very, very well put together, very physical guy, and I think Cody's actually doing a good job kind of taking the dynamicness out of Lugo, keeping it very tight in the match, keeping him bound up to where he doesn't have a lot of space. I think this is the type of match that Burcher wants to wrestle, keep his points low, and then get on top.
Yeah, Burcher, known in high school for that cradle position, as a lot of those Claymont wrestlers were here in the state of Ohio, and maybe looking to just try to kind of ride this out and get into that second or third period when it gets on the mat, and maybe he feels a little bit more comfortable. But Lugo continues to try to work those underhooks.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious that he wants an underhook position and wants to transition from there. Here, if you're Lugo, this is a spot where Burcher's bearing his head. You might want to snap to a front headlock to try to create some action, some reaction, if nothing else, out of your opponent. Everything's very straight ahead, back and forth, tough to get any opportunity to score from there.
And you can see probably a little bit of scouting going on there. Lugo with a couple shot attempts, and Burcher not really falling forward or moving in any of those directions. He looks like he knows he wants to work that upper body, work those underhooks, maybe work that front headlock.
You're seeing a lot of fakes here, but no one's really pulling the trigger. So these fakes, they're not carrying much weight because no one's pulling the trigger to make it a real threat. There, another double attempt, but again, that came from Burcher having an underhook. So waiting to see someone truly commit to an attack here.
About 12 seconds left here in the period. No score on the board here, as Patricio Lugo and Cody Burcher are going to bring it into the second period, tied at 0-0 here. Burcher going to get the choice here. Looks over to the corner for Coach Ryan. He's going to defer. Lugo's going to go down and try to get that escape and get on the board first.
I mean, if you're Burcher right now, you want to keep him down as long as possible. 0-0 match. A lot of times these come down to riding time, but also, I mean, we've alluded to the cradle. If he can get to a position like that, you see him early trying to throw that boot in. He's trying to get that left leg in, and Lugo reaching inside there for that leg. And this is the position there. You see the cradle attempt, quick and early.
Blocking the leg there back and trying to work that cradle attempt. Burcher very tough on top. Feels very comfortable in that position.
Twice now he's had that cross elbow, cross face position for that cradle. Just hasn't been able to lock it up. And this is where Lugo's really trying to wrestle his leg in this position. It was first a leg in, now it's almost a leg out, and he's in almost a modified head outside single position. But the thing that's incredible, even though it doesn't look like Burcher's in a lot of control, he's racking up a lot of riding time here.
Yeah, I mean, and you talk about the control, the riding time. Burcher, he's almost given that leg up from the get-go, and then doesn't seem very concerned about that position at all.
There you saw, you see Coach Cliff Moore for the Edinboro Scots, very upset. He thought Lugo could come out the back door there, had him in the leg. Ref calls potentially dangerous.
Potentially dangerous there, checking with the scoreboard there. Doesn't look like there's going to be a formal challenge made, and they're going to go back at it. Lugo down, 54 seconds of riding time being racked up by Cody Burcher for the Ohio State Buckeyes as they go back to action, still 0-0.
Their quick stand-up attempt, you see that leg. He uses that leg so well. It's almost like a normal wrestler's arm. He gets that left leg in, now he's got it. He's extending his opponent, throwing those hips in, trying to get him flat. You see him trying to hop that hip over. He wants to hop that hip over, get him flat in there. Now he's got Lugo flat. This is where now Lugo's in a tough spot. Regardless of whether Burcher can turn him, he's going to put Lugo in a lot of discomfort and really take a lot of time off that clock.
Minute 23 now in riding time and counting there as Burcher has now secured a point. We'll see how that continues into the third. But again, continues to work out high there and doesn't seem concerned about giving up that leg. As you see Lugo reach around with that right arm to get that inside leg.
You know, if you're Lugo, you might just want to bail on that leg attempt, want a limp leg here and look to get an escape. Again, you're seeing that cradle attempt. It's a threat, if nothing else. It makes Lugo bail out as his escape attempt. And 10 seconds left in the period. You know, very stubborn and persistent wrestling out of Burcher here. And he's going to come away out of this second period with 2 minutes of riding time.
2 minutes of riding time there with Cody Burcher as he's able to ride out Patricio Lugo the entire period. Going to take down, and you know, when you talk about Cody Burcher, we talked about it with Nathan Tomasello. Not necessarily a flashy wrestler, but just very solid and consistent.
Yeah, I mean, and now it's you hear the bell tolling. Ohio State rings that bell in the third period. This is where you have to get an escape. You have to get an escape if you're Cody Burcher here. And then once that happens, I mean, really, you're going to see guns a-blazing out of Lugo, or you should see guns a-blazing because he's going to need to take them.
We've seen Lugo try to work that upper body on the stand-up position there. Burcher very tough on the top position that whole second period there, now down to a hip. As they begin the third, still not at 0-0, and that riding time now starting to tick away for Cody Burcher. About 46 seconds to get out and try to secure that point as you see him try to tripod up now. Now you talk about that hand control, able to turn in, and there's that point. 1-0 Cody Burcher here in the third period.
Yeah, minute 40 left, so still plenty of time for Lugo, but he's going to need to take it. He's going to have to force some action. So again, we see him in this double underhook position, and Burcher really just blocking off well with the head. And this is where, you know, Lugo's got to force the action. He's got to create an angle, some change, some direction change. There, nice head inside single attempt. But quick spin here by Lugo. This is sometimes can go the way of the defensive wrestler. And a tough position to score from. Nice hits by Burcher. Still, this is a battle. No, nothing's decided here. And ooh, a nice scramble. And there you see the hips of Burcher, but 2 points for Lugo. So great scramble. One of the things that Edinboro is known for, and they really need to ride him out here.
Needs to ride him out about a minute 30 on the riding time here. Burcher needs to get an escape, and he's actually going to have the lead here with the riding time.
Timing so critical, Maybe a little bit over-aggressive there by Lugo because he needs to ride him for at least, 20 more seconds. He's in it. He's looking to get his hips up on top, and Burcher doing a decent job trying to throw that right leg off. But it looks like Lugo's going to be able to get his hips on top and in a position where he could probably ride Burcher for a good period of time.
30 seconds here, and riding time is going to be negated. No riding time going to be happening in this match now. Cody Burcher down 2-1 with about 17 seconds left and not a lot of action here. He's going to have to go.
And you know what? This is where if you're Tom Ryan, you're hoping for a stalemate. If you're Cody Burcher, you got to find a way to get that wrist free. And there's a stalemate. So you have 8 seconds on the clock, and the match is on the line for Cody Burcher. He needs an escape.
You see the replay there of the scramble situation. Burcher almost giving up some back points there, trying to throw that leg out as well.
8 seconds left on the clock. This is what it's all about. Down by 1. Quick Granby attempt. I'm not sure that's the right technique with this amount of time because you see it only gives you one shot at success, and the clock ticks off. Nice win for Lugo.
Big win by Patricio Lugo. Improves his record to 26-6 on the season. Cody Burcher, we know he's had some injuries. This is really kind of his first match back here, and maybe a little bit short in the gas tank as well, not getting that competition.
Yeah,